everyone! With red, white, and blue in the air, it's the perfect time to get crafty. Today I'm showing you some fun and easy patriotic DIYs to celebrate in style. Whether it's for the 4th of July, Memorial Day, or just to show some love for your country. Hi, my name is Katie from Lady Red Crafting. Let's jump right in. Let's start this craft out with a canvas from the Dollar Tree. And what I like about the Dollar Tree is they have some of these unique shaped canvases in their decor area. And you can make these over however you'd like. So if you don't find the shape that you like in the Crafter Square section, just head over to the decor section and grab a canvas from there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start out by removing the staples from the back side of this canvas. And I'm just using a flat screwdriver and some pliers to do this. And I'm going to go ahead and remove the hook also from the back side of this canvas, and we can reattach this later to hang our project. Next, we're just going to separate the frame from the canvas. And once we have our frame and canvas detached, I'm going to take this canvas piece and I'm going to flatten it out and lay it down onto a piece of cardboard. Using some painter's tape, I'm going to secure it so it'll be easier for us to redo our canvas. Now that everything is secure, I'm going to take my Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster, and we're going to do a nice coat of paint over the top of this canvas. Now, while everything is drying, I grabbed these letters that I got at Walmart and a heart that I had in my stash from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to tape these down onto a piece of cardboard so they're easier to paint. And I decided to use my chalk paint from Folk Art for the letters. And I'm going to paint them in this color called Nautical Nautique. For my heart, I'm going to paint it with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Red and Truffle. And to do this, I'm just going to mix a little bit of that truffle color paint in with my red, just to darken it up a little bit and give it more of a burgundy red look. Now, while that piece is drying, we're going to go back to our frame, and I'm using my antique Waverly wax, and we're going to just stain our frame. And if you haven't done this before, I'm just adding a little bit of the wax to my frame, and then I'm taking a baby wipe and I'm just wiping it down. This will just give it a nice rich color since we're going to see this frame for this piece. So I have this beautiful napkin in my stash, and I did get this at Home Goods last July, and I didn't get a chance to use it in my crafts last year, so I'm excited to be using it today. What I'm first going to do is prep my napkin. And so to prep my napkin, I'm taking a piece of painter's tape and I'm going to remove the back 2 layers from the napkin. And yes, that is a spot in the napkin, but since I don't need the full napkin, I decided to not waste this napkin because of the imperfection, and we're just going to use a different portion of the napkin. And to make this easier to work with, I am just going to cut the napkin in half and use 1/2 of the napkin. Now let's go back to our canvas. Using some Mod Podge and matte, I'm going to brush some Mod Podge over the top of our canvas. And once we have a nice layer of Mod Podge, I'm going to let this dry. When everything is dry, we'll go ahead and lay down our napkin on the top of our Mod Podge. Next, we're going to put a layer of parchment paper over the top of the napkin. Now I'm using a heat press here, but you can use just a regular hot iron. And you just iron this right onto the canvas. And this is going to stick amazing and you'll have no wrinkles. It's a great technique to use for Mod Podge. Off camera, I did seal the napkin in with another coat of Mod Podge. Once everything has completely dried, I took my frame and I just placed it over the top of my canvas. Then positioned it where I wanted it over the top of that napkin, just so I had the pattern the way I would like to see it. Now let's grab a pencil and go ahead and trace the perimeter of our frame. Once we have that traced, we can go ahead and take a pair of scissors and just cut out the canvas. And now that we have our canvas cut out, we're going to go ahead and make sure everything fits with our frame. Next, I'm going to grab some of my Type Bond Quick and Thick glue, and I'm going to put that on the back side of my frame. And to ensure that the glue lays flat, once I've applied my Type Bond glue, I'm going to take a paintbrush. I'm just going to paint the glue all along the frame so it's a nice flat surface. Then I'm going to just lay my canvas down on top of our frame. And now to ensure that everything stays into place, I did grab my staple gun and I'm just going to add a few staples around the frame. And now for the fun part, let's put everything together. I'm going to start out by taking a small twine bow and I'm just going to hot glue that to my heart to cover up the hole that was there for hanging. Now, before I glue anything into place, I do like to position everything on my piece first, and I decided I wanted to start with the heart and then go USA. But you can do it in whatever order you'd like. I just thought this looked really nice. Once I have everything positioned, I take one piece at a time and I just go ahead and glue this back onto the canvas. I'm using my hot glue, but you could also use your Type Bond glue if you'd prefer. And once we have everything glued on, your piece is ready to display. Now, depending on how you want to display this, you may want to reattach the hook that came on here previously. I was going to be standing this up as a leaner, so I decided to save that hook for a future project, but you do whatever works best for you. And I just love how this turns out. It has a rustic feel, and it's something that you can put out for the holidays, for Memorial Day, or for 4th of July, or any time if you'd like to just put out patriotic decor. So run to the Dollar Tree and find these stars. These are amazing. I am so glad that I grabbed them when I did, because when I went a few days later, they were sold out. So I grabbed one of each, the red, white, and blue, and then I grabbed 2 of the signs. And I'm going to take one of these boards that I have at the house. It's 25 inches or a little bit over 25, and it's right underneath 6 inches in width. Next, I'm going to take my Waverly Antique Wax and I'm going to just stain my board. Now, if you don't want to use the Waverly Antique Wax, that's fine. You can just use whatever stain works best with your decor. Next, we're going to start deconstructing our stars. And to do this, I'm just taking a flathead screwdriver and I'm just going to pry that underneath the staple and use a pair of pliers to pull them out. Now, I've seen other crafters use some other tool for this, and if you have a better suggestion for taking out staples, please drop me a note down below so I can start looking at investing in a different tool for this. But this does work just fine, and these are staple items that I have at the house to be able to remove staples. For this craft, we're only going to be using the stars, so I am going to save the tassels and the beads to use in a future craft. And while we have a quick moment, I want to tell you all about today's playlist. This is Everything Crafting, and I host this every other month with Elisa from Our Gray House. Our guest host this month is Janice from Craftastic DIYs. This playlist is so much fun. If you're looking for patriotic crafts, you found the right place. The link for the playlist is down in my description box below, so please check it out and give everybody some love. Thank you so much, and back to our video. Next, I grabbed the tags with the 2 wood stars attached, and I'm going to deconstruct them as well because I would like one of each of the color of the stars, so a red, white, and a blue. And then I'm going to save the tags and the beads again for future crafts. I'm kind of thinking I might do something with Christmas with those tags, so you might see something in Christmas in July for that. Question for all of you, where are you guys from? I'm here in Washington State. Let me know where you're from in the comments below. So now that we have a red, white, and blue solid star and the decorative stars, we are going to put this onto our board. And once I have the decorative stars aligned the way I would like them on the board, I grab a pencil and I'm just going to mark a little dot on the board where I would like these stars to go. Now let's grab our Type Bond Quick and Thick glue, and we're going to take one star off at a time. And I just add a little bit of glue to the back side of the star, and then using my paintbrush, I'm going to spread around that glue. And this will help me get into all the different spots on the star without making too big of a mess. Now this first star, I did go a little bit heavier than I thought I did on the glue. So here is a tip. If you start seeing that glue going outside of where you would like it, I just took a paintbrush with some water on it and I just kind of blended that glue right into the frame. I'm not worried about the glue on the inside of the star because it's going to dry clear and we're going to be covering it with our other star. But I wanted the outside edges to look perfect, and so this little tip helps out a lot. And now that our first set of stars are glued into place, we're going to take our next set of stars and we're going to do the exact same thing using our Type Bond Quick and Thick glue. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back side of the star. And then I'm going to use a tiny bit of hot glue as well, just to get that immediate hold. Next, I'll go ahead and flip this star over and center it onto our coordinating star. And now let's just repeat that same step for the remaining 2 stars. And wow, our piece is complete. I just love how this turns out. It's such a stunning piece. It's very rustic, but so easy to do. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. And if you're enjoying this content, please consider hitting that like, subscribe button below or share it with a friend. And if you've already subscribed, thank you so much for helping my channel grow. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's decoupage with window clings. Yes, that's right, window clings. I'm also going to be using a paper napkin for this craft and this adorable little sign that my friend at Robin's Crafts Unleashed gave me. This is from Dollar General and I'm here in the Pacific Northwest and I do not have a Dollar General. So I was so happy she sent me this great care package with a whole bunch of fun pieces from Dollar General. If you've never checked out Robin's channel, I have a link for her down in my description box below. Go check her out and give her some love. So to start out, I'm just using some painter's tape and I'm taping the metal piece so I don't get any paint on it. Next, I'm taking my Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster and I'm going to give a nice coat of paint right over the top of the piece. Now, while that was drying, I picked out a window cling, Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Happiness. And I have a wood coaster here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace the window cling onto the wood coaster. Next, I'm going to take a razor blade and I'm going to cut my wood coaster out to fit my window cling. And if you don't want to use a razor blade, you could use miter shears as well. Next, I grab my zip sander and I'm just going to sand around the edges of my little coaster. Next, I'm going to tape this down to a paintable surface, and using my Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster, I'm going to do a nice quick coat of paint over the top. While that dries, we'll go back to our canning jar base. Using Mod Podge in matte, I'm going to do a nice coat of Mod Podge over the top of the paint. Then we're going to let that Mod Podge dry. Now let's go back to our little wood piece. I'm using my Super Matte Mod Podge. Yes, Super Matte Mod Podge. This is key with window clings and decoupaging because it takes all the shine away. So while that Mod Podge is still wet, we are going to apply the window cling. And to do this, I'm going to use some saran wrap to assist me. So once we've laid down the window cling, I take that saran wrap and I'm just going to press down and make sure that everything is wrinkle free. I actually did grab my roller as well, and I just rolled that into place. There is absolutely no wrinkles on this, and this looks amazing. Now, while everything is drying, I did decide to prep my napkin. So to do that, I am just going to unfold it and remove the back 2 layers. Next, I just cut out a smaller piece of the napkin so it's easier to work with on my piece. Now I'm going to lay that piece of napkin right over the top of our piece. And I do kind of lift up that metal piece a little bit so I can just get that napkin tucked underneath just so it hits right at the edge of that canning jar. Now let's go ahead and grab a piece of parchment paper and lay that right on top of our napkin. And using a heat press, or you could use a hot iron, I'm just going to iron this right on top. This will activate the Mod Podge so that the napkin sticks perfectly. And using the iron keeps all the wrinkles away. Now go ahead and grab your Mod Podge again. I'm going to be using the matte Mod Podge for this, and I'll just go ahead and do a sealing coat over the top of the napkin. Now grab your super matte Mod Podge, and we're going to go ahead and do a sealing coat on top of our window cling. And like I said earlier, this sealing coat will take away any shine that might be left on that window cling. It is perfect for making any sort of window cling look amazing. Now going back to our canning jar, I'm going to take my zip sander and I'm just going to sand in a downward motion to remove any excess napkin. Once we've completed this step, we'll go ahead and remove that painter's tape. And now that all of our components are complete, let's put everything together. To attach our little life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, I am going to use my Titebond quick and thick glue with a little bit of hot glue. And I'm just going to center this on my piece. Next, I'm just going to take a small bead of hot glue and I'm just going to put that right at the top of my canning jar, and I'll go ahead and add that little twine bow for the finishing touch. And wow, this piece turned out amazing. You would have no idea that I used a window cling for this. I love the rustic farmhouse feel to this piece. I think this will go great with my patriotic decor. So here are some fun things you can do with window clings to decorate your picnic space for the season. One of the things that I like using these window clings on are on non-traditional items. So these metal buckets from the Dollar Tree are a great piece that you can add a window cling to and change it up for the season. Another great piece to add window clings to are these essential utility caddies. And I found these at the Dollar Tree and they have them in lots of different colors for the season. And you can just add your window cling onto these as well. This will be a great piece for your picnic or barbecue. So just add your condiments in here or your utensils and napkins and you are all set. Such a fun way to change things up using window clings not on a window. And there you have it. Red, white, and blue patriotic crafts that you can do any time of the year. I hope you enjoyed these crafts as much as I did. And if you're looking for more fun and creative craft ideas, be sure to check out our next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, craft more, stress less.